spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday theme. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram or beef.
Hey.
Peace, peace, peace. Peace, 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 peace. Peace, peace, everybody.
Yes, yes,
yes. Everybody clap your hands. But apology for the delay, man. I had a couple of things. I was running a little errands. And I got a late start. But it's always better late than never, as the kids say. Better late than never, she. I said, well, okay. Well, since you said, I agree. But how's everybody doing on this beautiful, 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 beautiful day? How are you, Noble Malik?
Muy excelente.
Man, same my way, same my way. We got a lot to share today, man. Not going to be too long, but it's going to be very, very, very informative. But without further ado, Noble, can you give us our Moorish American prayer, if you don't mind?
Absolutely. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, Amen, Asher, Shalom Alakim, Arashar, Islamism. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 peace. So with that being said, man, I hope everybody's day is going along beautifully. As always, I always got something going on, man. So y'all apologize. And we're going to get this teaching started. It's going to be very illuminating. So I hope you got your ears open. I hope you got your ears open. And for my brothers, y'all need this wisdom. And if you like the teachings, as one of my noble just said, he said, man, all these people you be having on TikTok, they don't like to give a love offering. Y'all know my handle. I don't charge nothing, but a workman is due his hire. I'm courting y'all. I'm back in my city of Flint, and a lot is happening for us in my city of Flint. I just have to share that. I want to get off camera real fast because I'm getting my notes. And a lot is happening in the city of Flint because this more science, at least my more science, is more than TikTok. It's more than making videos. I live in Arizona, but I'm not from Arizona. And I'm just so ecstatic to have my brothers from all different states that I've met. And here at the BBT, man, we do real things. We do real things. You see my Mufti Malik, he's our trainer on the weekends. He's also a basketball coach, also a track coach. We are mentors in real life. And I just want people to see what more science is all about. I'm not a debater. I'm not going to debate no one. I'm definitely not going to argue with no one religious perspective. I'm just going to block it because I don't have time for nothing that's beneath us. I don't have time for nothing that's not building us up. And so with that being said, can our noble Malik, can you give us our Moorish American prayer real fast before we proceed?
We already did that.
Can we do it again? Can we do it again?
Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, Amen, Asher, Shalom Alakim, Arashar, Islamism. Peace, 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 peace.
See, that's our man. Oh, that's Lamar?
Yep.
Peace, my brother.
Peace, Sheik. Peace, Lake.
Peace.
I'll be so ecstatic hearing my brother's voice, man. Like it's always a joy to be around my brothers, man. And I love y'all so much. I love our movement. And once again, man, I'm back in my city of Flint and I'm shaking and I'm moving. I'm doing a lot of real work. In Detroit, they have an organization called New Era of Detroit. In Flint, we got our New Era of Flint community engagement, where we're going to be cleaning the plight in the neighborhood of all these bandit houses. We're going to be getting these dumpsters put out, and I apply for this grant. I think I'm going to get it, where I'm going to be allowed to hire a couple youth, and we're going to just be clean and polite in the community while we're purchasing these houses under our tax exempt status with my muftis. And I always tell people, I'm a person that fill holes. Before I get into this teaching, they are regentrifying all urban neighborhoods. I've been telling my people this forever. They are gentrifying the urban neighborhoods. Now, a lot of my people, especially Moors, Malik, if you're on TikTok, you're going to see the same people on my page every week. And my whole thing is, I have to say this science, not with me, but a lot of people, is poor science. Because you see these Moors begging and always trying to file some stuff, and they don't support nothing that's real. But then they talk about the churches. Well, the churches support what they understand and they into. And we'll never have nothing if we don't put no money behind it. I don't care what no one say. You're not going to buy your community. This ain't no Nipsey Hussle stuff. Buy the neighborhood on some illegal stuff. We're tax exempt for the federal government. So me and my Mufti Malik, what we're doing, we're taking a lot of our money that we donate to our temple and school, and we buying plight in the urban community so we can own something. So if my Mufti say, hey, man, I want to move to the city of Flint, we want to take over, we're going to have homes. We're going to be able to put single moms and seniors in our homes. Why? Because we're getting these through our organization, and it's nothing but a donation. So I'm going to keep teaching and preaching that. And we're supposed to be in our schools like I am in my city of Flint. This more science is not a whole bunch of Negroes arguing over who the MUUR, the MOOR. All that stuff is irrelevant. So if y'all on my page and you come here a lot and you haven't donated and you don't even inbox me, I'm sorry. I have a moderator and she's writing all the names down and I'm just blocking everyone. With all due respect, I don't care if you have a bay or you have a Fez on. That don't mean nothing to me. I deal with real people. And in my city of Flint, the people that's dealing with me is real people. The people on TikTok and YouTube and got these Moors and bays, they just follow and they just look. They never support. And I'm like, what are y'all supporting? Why y'all wise and grandma who's going to church? I don't diss the church because the church people believe in what they believe in. But y'all say y'all Moors. What do we believe in? What do we believe in? Moors don't even have turbans and fezzes. It's just a whole bunch of poor people arguing over nothing. So with that being said, I had to put that out there. And I want to thank all my muftis. I definitely want to thank you, Noble Malik, for trusting me and seeing the vision and watch what happened. I've been doing a lot of this on my own. And I've been trying to show people when we the BBT, we tax in for the federal government, religious, charitable, scientific, educational wise. These are donations. We either going to support our religious charitable contribution of our choice, or we're going to give all our money to Uncle Sam and we're going to complain. And the only thing we're supposed to own is our churches and our charter schools. And we tax them for the federal government. You're not getting a tax return. You're only getting a small percentage back of what Uncle Sam took from you out of the whole year. And if you don't understand that, I'm not for you. I'm not for you. I'm not for no poor stuff. I'm tired of these grown people, all y'all Moors, and I love y'all. Come on my page and don't give no donations. Don't get no books. Moors don't have no feathers, no turbans. I'm like, what is your mission? What is your mission? Because I'm not no influencer. I'm a map and guide in real life. So we're going to talk about today, the Son of God, the SON of God. It's the SUN of God. I broke this down yesterday. So I'm going to give you a little summary and I'm going to get right into my main topic. It's not even going to be long. Here it is. My dad is an elder. My dad, 80. My dad been part of the Masonic Lodge. That's why he left, because he knows his gatekeepers. I know his gatekeepers. You can't be a brother like me and then you say you a Mason and then call yourself a widow's son. What is a widow's son? You can't be a true brother and then not understand that we are sons of Muslims, and all my European Masons call themselves sons of Muslims, and every misnomer Black Mason for educational purposes only call themselves a widow's son. Why? Why all my European Masons, the lower house is Christianity, when they get to the higher house is Islam, and they become a practicing Muslim, and the password is Assalamu alaikum? Why are we playing around? Why all my Shriner European Masons, they have the fez on and they say Islam, Mecca, Arabia, and then our misnomer Black Masons sitting up here playing with y'all? Most of these old Black preachers are Freemasons. No disrespect, because I have to tell you. My noble Malik, his dad was a Mason. I'm telling you, it's a lot of stuff that these people are hiding from us, and it's gatekeeper stuff. And I don't like it. I'm tired of people talking about the European man, the white man don't have no power over you. You don't go to no misnomer white church. You don't go to no misnomer white school. You go to the schools where your own people are preaching and teaching Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda for educational purposes only. These is facts. So let's deal with some science of the matter. No way our ministers and our teachers and our maps and guides should be teaching this false doctrine. I'm educated in what I'm saying, anointed in what I'm saying, and I'm a fact checker. If I was saying something wrong, all my stuff would have been blocked, and this is not facts. I don't ever get checked like that because I'm the fact checker. People got to understand this, and our people can't handle the truth. We've been lied by our own people, our own Freemason preachers and fraternity preachers and teachers. These is facts. So I'm going to show y'all something. I did this yesterday a little bit. I showed y'all how the Bible is a code book. And when you understand the code, you see the Helios Biblios. Didn't you see that what I wrote down yesterday, Malik, for y'all in the text stream? That what I wrote down yesterday.
Yes, you wrote out the whole Helio text and the whole breakdown of the numbers and all that.
Now, if anybody's still caught up in bullcrap, we don't like the truth. And we can't handle the truth. And we be so afraid. It's like my dad would say. He said, what's wrong with us misnomer black people? We still on our knees begging. Or we don't want to make nobody afraid. Who afraid? They study us to a T. I'm their teacher. I keep telling y'all. No way I can go to these Jewish churches and go to Howell, Michigan with my ex-professors and teach and get $5,000 donations. And when I'm on here, I don't get 0 donations. They're like, why is you doing this, Sheik? I said, because I love to. Because my people not going to get it. I love to. And I'm going to continue to do it. But the Bible is a code book. And when you understand the code, you see the Helios Biblios. You got to understand what Helios Biblios consist of. Diving into the Bible using 9 as a key. Remember, I say 9 to the 9th power of 9, 9, 9. Remember this. When we talk about so-called Jesus, Yahshua, whatever word you want to connotate, fed 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. How do you think he done that? I told you the Bible is analogy, parable, and symbology and metaphor. Sephiros, coin Greek, you must know. And if you don't have a lexicon, you playing. And if you with the seminary, with all due respect, you really don't know nothing. With all due respect. How I know? Because I know. I'll be listening to our brothers and sisters, that's teachers, that's preachers. I'll be listening to the people that got family that call themselves bishops and all this, and they dressed up like the European priest, but they don't know the European priest is dressed up like an Egyptian pharaoh. Man, go sit down somewhere. What makes, when I talk about vortex math, and they like, what's vortex math? I know you don't know, because they keep this away from you. Vortex math is so powerful. And its ability to continue forever. Just like when I talk about infinity, that's forever. Remember, I talk about the vortex pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 7, 5. This pattern will continue until you stop it. Until you stop it. So why are our preachers not teaching this? You getting all this stuff, when you die, you're going to go to heaven. Amazing grace, a wretch like me. That ain't no Negro spiritual. That's a song by, with all due respect, Albion slave master on his last day asking for help. All the atrocities that he did. These is facts. These is facts. So let's deal with it. Starting by doubling. 1 times 2 equals what? 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16, 7 in parentheses. 7 times 2 is 14, 5 in parentheses. 5 times 2 equals 10, 1 in parentheses. 10 times 2 equals 20, 2 in parentheses. 20 times 2 equals 40, 4 in parentheses. 40 times 2 equals 80, 8 in parentheses. 80 times 2 equals 160, 7 in parentheses. 160 times 2 equals 320, 5 in parentheses. 320 times 2 equals 640. So now let's do the cipher. 6 plus 4 plus 0 equals 10. 1 in parentheses. Are y'all still with me? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's proceed. Or you can split it in half and reveal the same pattern, just reversed. When I tell y'all, it's reversed. A lot of things in reverse. And our people know this. A lot of these Negro Masons, they know this. Your uncle know it. Your daddy that's a Mason, your cousin or your husband a Mason, he playing the game. Flat out. And if you get on here talking crap, I'm going to pull out your charter and I'm going to tell you playing the game. I'm going to tell you playing the game. That's why they always try to act like it's the other man. No, it's your own people. Who you think assassinated Patrice Lumumba? The Congo, them Belgians, they ain't have enough power to take out Patrice Lumumba. They had to have one of his own people. So when you divide,
that's
right, Malik.
Malcolm X. So his own people took him out.
Own people. UEP Newton, people be selling you out.
UEP Newton, own people.
Carter and Steve Coakley said, with all due respect, the Greek is a fraud. Been telling you this. Been telling you the Greek is a fraud. Gerald Massey told you Greek history is nothing but watered down Egyptian history. And I'll continue to teach this. Divide. Half of 2 equals 1. Half of 1 equals 0.5. Half of 5 equals 2.5. 7 in parentheses. Half of 7 equals 3.5. 8 in parentheses. Half of 8 equals 4. Half of 4 equals 2. Half of 2 equals 1. This repeats forever.
Yeah.
This repeats forever. I told you our people that are lost due to a lack of knowledge because they refuse to learn all that goofy gospel. On your knees. And when I die, I'm going to go to heaven. What the Lord's Prayer say, Malik? What do the Lord's Prayer say?
Lord's Prayer.
Yeah. Don't it say you want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So why 2 fish? Jesus, Joshua, the Jesus fish or viscous Pisces holding space has a arc of 432,000. 432,000 times 2 equals 864,000. 864,000 is the diameter of the sun. Why 5 loaves of bread? 432 times 5 equals 2,160. 2,160 is the diameter of the moon. 2 fish equal multiplying by doubling. 5 loaves of bread equals dividing half will feed 5,000 to infinity or forever. See, this is Solomon's wisdom. The sun and the moon. It ain't nothing to be afraid of. This is what I be telling y'all. What are y'all what are these people teaching our people? Because all my European colleagues, all of them, they teach this. I said, what are y'all teaching in the churches? Where? Tell me. They took an oath. That's all I'm saying. They took an oath. They took an oath. And all my teachers, all my professors, they sons of Muslims. Everyone. Everyone. They know exactly what I'm saying, Malik. Every one of them.
Of course.
Everyone. So when I talk about the Holy Bible, comes from the Greek word helios, biblios, which means book of the sun. Helios equals sun. Biblios equals book. Remember before you had the Egyptian with feeding the sun. And then after you had Mother Mary. Look, all this is they watered down from the Egyptian history. It's all coming from something. They taking it from somewhere. I'm telling you. Yeah, and they connotate it, or like Maccabees say, they whitewashing the history books. And we afraid to talk about it. With everything black. I ain't say everything was black per se, but hey, we talking about melanated all over the world. Yeah.
It was dark to begin with. It talks about it.
And we afraid to talk about it. I got to do a master's degree from a Christian university, talking just like this from Grand Canyon University. So I'm not being quiet. Our people need to wake up. Our people need to wake up. Big mama, your dad, your uncle that's still playing. You need to wake the hell up. My dad, 80. My mom, 74. I don't have to hold no punches no more. Point blank. I don't have to be nice. Well, everybody gonna get in time. We don't have time. Look what's going on in the presidency. We don't have no time. Look at the schools. We don't own nothing. And then we steady giving our money away, thinking you getting a tax return, watching everybody else build, watching the European churches, they build. They building off the money that people giving to Uncle Sam. They build. They got their charter schools. They got their churches. We don't have nothing. You're dealing with these Moors, and Moors don't study nowhere. And we have the opportunity to build something. And that's why I'm in my city of Flint. I'm building with or without the people. My people know my voice, and they regular people. I done told y'all. So the Bible does not mean some basic instructions before leaving earth. People always make something up. Well, the Bible means basic instructions before leave earth. Well, what instructions? Give me the instructions. The instructions it will how you start a car, or when you how you get this when you get something. It had a label on it. How you do it. That's false.
Well, I would ask the question, right? If it is, then what are the instructions? I'll listen. I'll wait. What are the instructions?
See, believe you gonna start something, believe.
I'll challenge it. Like if that's what they say it is, then what is it?
Thank you.
Please do tell.
And they can't.
Right.
The language of the Bible has led many to believe that Jesus, Yahshua, whatever you want to call it, is the S-O-N of God, where in truth it refers to the Son, aka Jesus is the Son, or Heru, or Horus. Man, it was 16 crucified saviors before so-called Jesus Christ. But then you get all these religious people. Oh, if you don't believe in this, man, go sit down. You can't go to nobody area and they believe in Krishna. You can't go somewhere else and with that because your story comes from a story. These is facts, man. Christianity.
The sun being the 13th planet. Oops.
Come on, Malik. Come on, Malik. Christianity is a parody of the worship of the sun, in which they place a man. I told you they took all the esoteric stuff and made it exoteric to try to make the common man.
Sun's in the middle of the in the middle of the astrology.
Come on, Malik.
There's your 13.
And then I just was in my city of Flint on the corner of Ballinger Highway and Flushing. With all due respect, you got those brothers dressed up like Trans or Z arguing, and we the 12 tribes. I said, man, go sit down somewhere with all that. Nobody want to hear all that color, that prejudice stuff. And y'all some bums on the corner. And we all know we not. No, we not. No, we not. I'm sorry, Charlie. No, we not. Christianity is a prodigy of the worship of the sun, in which they place a man that they call Christ in the place of the sun and render him the same adoration that was to the origin paid to the sun. American British revolutionary and writer, 1737, 1809. 2 remarks, April 17th. The word Holy Bible comes from the Greek word helios biblios. Helios means sun, and biblios is derived from the ancient Egyptian word papyrus, which means paper. Holy Bible means book of sun or compiled documents, and represents the knowledge of the children of the sun, such as that is recorded by the first inhabitants of Egypt. The biblical Jesus, for the most part, is the sun in the sky. Y'all still with me?
Yep.
Okay, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
It ain't about feelings.
The fiery sun, John 3:19. I am the light of the world. Psalms 84:11. The Lord God is the sun. Deuteronomy 4:24.
Hold on. Repeat that again. You are the what?
Oh, you want me to go back, Malik?
No. You said you are the what of the world?
The sun. The Lord God.
You said you are the light of the world, right?
I am the light of the world. Yeah. John 3:19. Yeah.
And what's the night of the world?
Come on now, Malik.
Who's Lucifer, the son of the what?
Oh,
son of the morning. All right. Okay.
Let's proceed. Psalm 84:11. The Lord God is a sun. S-U-N. Psalms 84:11. Read it for yourself. The Lord God is a S-U-N. Deuteronomy 4:24. God is a devouring fire. You hear that, Malik?
Mm-hmm.
A devouring fire. Malachi 4:2. Sun, S-U-N, of righteousness. And John 12:46. A light in the world. Are just
astrology
a few
and astronomy. Hello, somebody.
Maserat. When they say, "Oh, you don't do constellations and astrology in the Bible," well, research Maserat in the Bible and tell me what you get. It means constellations specifically. I told you our people are lost due to a lack of knowledge because they refuse to learn. I told y'all most of these old preachers, they Freemasons or they in Greek fraternities. What? They took an oath not to tell you the truth. Come on my page and say something. Come on my page and say something. Now, if this one, there ain't no other man doing nothing to you. Why? Because the other man is my ally. I told y'all, I stay in Arizona. The European Mason is my ally. All Scottish Rite Masons, they sons of Muslims. Now what? Nobody want to say nothing now. Don't nobody want to say nothing now. You done got caught up in that hate. You look in the mirror and you hate yourself. You done took an oath to lie. Say something to me. You done took an oath to lie, and then you call yourself a Baptist preacher and you a Freemason. You man, the oxymoron in that. The 12 apostles of the biblical Jesus are the constellations. The people are not born of virgins. The virgin birth is the sun having its beginning, the solar calendars, in the constellation of Virgo, as it was the case in some regions of the world. Virgin means virgin in Latin. Virgin means virgin in Latin.
You mean Virgo means virgin? Virgo means virgin.
Come on, Malik. Come on. Yes,
I'll
sir.
follow you.
Yeah. I know you do. That's why you my brother. That's why you an Adapt. You using your head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what this is the brotherhood about. See, real brotherhood, like the Bible say, is like sweet oil coming down to your head, to your beard, and on your shirt. We under the order of Melchizedek, but then you will hear our preachers and our men. We don't know what the order of Melchizedek is. When I go get that explanation, when I show you, then what you gonna do? You gonna be quiet. I told you.
You know why that is, right? You know why that is, right? Because
you know
they
why.
don't. Because they only go in the New Testament. They don't go in the Old Testament to understand the whole essence, right? They only stay in the New Testament. So that's all. That's what their misunderstanding is.
Mm-hmm. Virgin means virgin in Latin. Remember, the name Mary is symbolic of names: Aset, Mary, Isis, and Maya. Isis was the virgin mother of the astrological solar god Heru, Horus, from ancient Egypt. Come on, y'all. In the Buddhist mythology, Maya was the name of the virgin mother from Siddhartha, the Buddha, from 2,500 years ago. There are more astrological virgin mothers than these three. Come on. In fact, there were more than 10 crucified saviors before Jesus Christ. I told y'all it was more than 16 because they are mythological and esoteric stories based on what? The sun and the movements. I keep telling y'all. Noble Lonzo say he backstage, I think.
Oh, hold on.
The Virgo is the only feminine constellation. I hope y'all listening to your brother. The celestial virgin. The resurrection of Lazarus is a plagiarized story taken from the Osirian resurrection from over 12,000 years ago. I told you I'll get in the new LS and show y'all all type of stuff with no disrespect where they had the tablets. That's why no one can say nothing to me. That's why all my Scottish Rite Nations, we don't argue. They sons of Muslims. I got their China. I'm telling you what it is. I get respected in real life. That's why I keep telling y'all, I'm just waiting for my people. We legit. If I tell you that I'm a son of a Muslim, and then you see and your brother say they a widow son, and then you see other Masons that don't look like you, that's Scottish Rite, and they tell you they're a son of a Muslim, that should make your head scratch. You ain't thought about that yet?
Of course they haven't. Of course they have not.
This is based on the sun, y'all. And in the story, the god Asar, aka Osiris, was killed by his brother, right? That's what the story says. But Seth, origin of the word Satan, the son, the S-U-N of Osiris, named Heru, Horus in Greek, avenged the so-called death of his father, right? Y'all know this what it is. I'm just telling the story. And now I'm breaking it down. A map and a guide breaks it down. You say you're a moral. What's a prophet and an angel? All these people with bays. I'll be like, well, or you think you this. I don't think I'm nothing. What's a prophet and an angel? What's a prophet and an angel in our one-on-ones?
Somebody clothed in the flesh.
Okay, then. We let other people do us like this and say our people not this. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We all that.
And then some.
And then some. We have amazing brothers and sisters like myself and others that we all should be supporting.
Yep.
You got to remember that the weight of the heart was a ceremony that, according to the Egyptians and to the ancient Egyptians, would unfold in the afterlife. And the heart would be weighed by the gods to see if it was enough light to go to the beyond. Remember, the wings of Mayat. This is what I tell people. The closest place to find God, Allah, is in the heart.
It's in the
So you
heart.
don't have to be doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Like Bobby Hemmett said, like I say, if the heart is pure, that's all that need to be done. Why? Because anything that person touched, it turns to gold. Yes, it takes longer. Why? Because he's doing it the right way. If I was a court jester, then I could have been had some financial gain. But I do it the right way. Because I'm a Pied Piper. When I get it, my whole tribe got it. Because that's how it go. Because that's how it go. We building a temple, man. We building a temple. We should be having our temple, have schools, have everything. All this. We don't have to beg. We giving our money to Uncle Sam. I'm right here. I keep telling the people, one calendar year, we can own so much. And everybody get a tax-exempt receipt. We don't have to complain. We're a religious community that's tax-exempt for the federal government. Religious, charitable, scientific, educational wise. People don't be listening. And now I'm back in my city of Flint and we popping. I'm telling y'all, man, others gonna help me build. And all my so-called Moors and people that look like me gonna watch. Why you just wasting? These is facts. Let's proceed. The heart would be weighed by the gods, y'all. So I can talk about some other stuff. This is the light to go to beyond. Remember RFK Jr.? The government is coming. Remember a lot of stuff he said. I don't want to talk about too much stuff here. I'm gonna send it to y'all because it's a lot that happened in the world. But if I talk about it on here, especially on TikTok, I'd be kicked off.
Yeah, flag you. And that's where y'all should be understanding when we don't talk. Y'all can come to our class, our private class, right, and learn about this stuff. And we just courting y'all for the simple fact of the matter is that they're things you need to learn, so we don't have to depend on them and stop using their media platform. We go using their media platform right now to get y'all to come and learn about what you should know about, right? Instead of being socially programmed through all these other social media platforms. That's why only many are called, but only a few are chosen. So if you want to be one of the chosen ones, you have to make that conscious decision to yourself.
Islam, Noble.
Islam to that.
Whoa, Islam. Is that Noble Alonzo?
Yep.
Islam, peace and love. Islam to that Noble Malik.
But I always say that as well, man. It's like, hey, man, we can't. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me turn this on me. We can't.
She just got a lot of fire and passion, y'all. So don't get it confused. It's fire and passion because he actually cares about our people, and some of us need to be drugged into the building before we actually realize it's like almost going to work out. You don't know that it's good for you, or you complain about you having sore muscles, right? But what is the ultimate goal behind all of that? It's to get in shape physically, mentally, spiritually. You have to work it out. I don't care what you're talking about. If you want to build a building, you got to go put the work in. If you want to build a building, a house, a structure, right? You want to put working on your car because it needs maintenance. You have to put in work. Nothing happens osmosisly. You got to put in work. So stop thinking that it's going to happen osmosisly without some study. That's where we all get it confused. Y'all see it on TikTok and all that, and you think that you could just go do it. No, you got to put it into work.
Come on, Malik.
And stop thinking that things are going to be handed to you without putting in work. Because when you hand something to a child, your own children, do they respect it? Even wealthy people, if they don't teach their children about how to earn money, right, through work, and they just give them to it, they're not going to respect it. That's what any child or any person, when you start putting your own work in and you start earning yourself, that's when you start to understand. It's not when it's given to you. Nothing is respected that is given. Everything respected is earned.
Yeah, and gratitude, man.
Islam.
Gratitude. Anybody else? Because yeah, man, we invite people, man, and we be having hundreds of people, and I tell people to share the wisdom. We showing y'all something. Just think of this stuff, man. Like every Easter, the so-called Christian world pays tribute to a myth that's become legend, extending the continuous cycle of accepting an old fable as a historical fact without evidence that's real. And the reason why I can say this, y'all, because I graduated from a Christian university with my dual master's degree in first century history and religion and linguistics. With all due respect, I was able to study. I was able to do an oral dissertation, a written dissertation, and speak just like I'm speaking. And so when people be like, "Ooh, man, I'm revealing something," no, I'm not.
Well, you are to people who don't know any better.
Yes, that's what I was where I was going to go, Malik. But that's where I was
Yeah,
going to
you
go.
are.
But when I say this is common in my field, when people say this is not common, yes, it's not common to us because what's common to us is man-made religion, what we all argue of. A person can be in a household and a family reunion and family don't talk. Why? Because this person, the Christian, this person, the Jehovah's Witness, this person, I don't know what, this person, a trans or Z, this other person, a Ninja Turtle. You see, we can't. So what I'm saying, religion has always been here, but do we know who we are? Do we know our nationality and our spirituality? Because there's one nationality in many cultures. Do we understand who we are as a people? Do we understand the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15? Do we
Of
understand
course not. They don't teach that in school. They don't
this is
teach Declaration of Human Rights in school. So people are not they're this is new to them to learn
I
about
do,
human rights or civil rights because you don't go over human rights in history class. You go over civil rights, you don't go over human rights. So yes, it's foreign to most people. And you could ask people what comes first, human rights or civil rights? Okay, if human rights come first, then why are we worried about civil rights?
see and see Malik and see and this is what. Like I always tell people, I said I would never, ever get into a debate over religion with people because that's when you start seeing people seem like they got rabies. They get the snot, not the nose, and they get that
You
going
crazy
crazy.
for that one.
You know, but then when you start talking about okay the freedoms of a people and having a right of a nationality and the right to change it, no one would be arbitrarily denied of a nationality and the right to change it, and the claim of child replaces the birth certificate. Talk about real things. Talk about human rights. Talk about life, liberty,
So
pursuit of happiness. Talk
so
about
so
all this.
so So, but the thing is, that's confusing for people too, because what they're, you can't tell anybody what their experience isn't real to them, but there has to be an understanding of why that experience. First of all, the experience is because we're not coming together, right? That's the first thing we got to change. The second thing we got to change, we got to have an understanding about law and what applies in law.
Mhm.
Black, Ethiopian, Negro, colored, none of that has any protections under law. Once we start learning that part, that's the part that's going to free your mind because you're going to have an understanding about, oh, the free white persons is us. That's what we have to understand. It's not has nothing to do. You lose the social programming of white being a skin color. It's a status. That's it, and it's an understanding, right? So lose that. Oh, I'm black and I'm proud. Oh, all right, man. Listen, that has nothing to do with your legal status under law. Period. I mean, actually, it has everything to do with it. Sorry. It has everything to do with it.
Yeah.
But being black, what was it? Go ahead, sport.
So can I just really quickly? Learning is a process, and any process, it takes time, and sometimes it's difficult to see the value in the process because we become so hyper focused on the goal, because there's an emotional, connection to that goal. Part of what we're asking, if there is something in you that says, maybe there have been times where I've heard things or I've learned things and I wasn't sure about them, or I'm hearing things now that might be new. We are asking you to take a moment, you consider, some aspect of your life spending just kind of learning, right? But not for the purpose of being able to go back to your family and debate them, or even to prove them wrong. It's really more to be a light, for yourself, to have a level of understanding, because there still is love to be had with the people that you came up with and you experienced. And so I just wanted to throw that in there. We want you to learn. We want you to be here because this is important, and we are passionate about things that we know a lot of people do not know. But it definitely is not meant for you to you know to go out into the world thinking, now you got to fight people, with this information. It's really about understanding. So peace. Thank you. Sorry.
No, Islam. And that's why I say we're not a religious group. You'll never see us brothers out like that. Our demonstration is just be us. and our pleasantness and our nobleness in the world. That's the only demonstration you will see any of my brothers doing. What? Real life. That's the only thing. And when we come together, our vibration just exude all men. Because we be in situations with all men, with all backgrounds. So that's what we're saying. This science is not to take you another way. What you say, no, but it's like that nationality card for your salvation. Yep, that's how they act. And we're here for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And another thing that Lamarck said, because I'm glad we're having these conversations as well. This is what I always like to have in Adapt class. You should never get something that's supposed to be good, and I know my nobles probably attest to this as well, and then make you an outcast of the family. People always ask me, we're like, well, Sheik, when you got into the science, how did it make you feel? And I say, well, it really didn't make me feel no way, because I was in academia and I was researching this. You know what I mean? I was seeing, I knew that we all went from no Africa per se, but what it did for me is, you know, broaden my horizon to have conversation with my parents a little bit more, and to come from a perspective to say, you know, look at this, you know, check this out, but not from a point to where you like Noble Lamarck said, you can't be around your friends, or you can't go to a reception, or you can't go to someone gathering, or you can't, you always, that's coming out your mouth like that. No one wants you to be around because they say, oh man, here comes such and such. Or they'll say, oh, here comes Sheik. Or they'll be like, well, here comes Sheik. You can ask any of my family when I'm around, I don't even say nothing about nothing. They'd be like, man, yeah, Sheik was there. They'd be like, yeah, he was helping there, cleaning up everything there, but I'm just a regular person with around my family, unless that's asked of me, because I wear many hats, you know, but I'm a pleasure to be around. Most of my colleagues are European. I have no disrespect. Most of the people that I deal with in business that I met in college and the Philosophical Research Society were all Europeans. One of my main allies was my professor. He a potentate out in Arizona. When I used to stay in Tucson, I met the mayor, you know? So a lot of stuff, what I'll be talking about, I'll be like, man, and they talk just like this in their private chambers. So all I'm saying is, and I agree with my noble Lamarck, nothing that we talking about here should make you want to, you know, be upset, but we challenge you to come learn as a school. We're challenging you. I got a little bit more, and then we can, anybody want to add anything you can, because we almost done with this. But every Easter, you know, we pay a tribute to a certain topic. But one of the most popular axioms of the ancient chemists was know thyself. And we say that now. What man must know thyself. All the adapts will tell you this, knowing yourself. Because we have to let religion dictate our spirituality. We have been reluctant to see the story of the mystical Christ rap sheet is exactly identical to that of the Nile Valley, which dates back more than 6,000 years ago, before the so-called Jesus. And it's no disrespect. I just want us to look at these topics, and I want us to get off our knees, because the Son of God is the Son of God. Remember, the sun dies for 3 days on what? December 22nd, the winter solstice, when it stops in its movement southward, to be reborn or resurrected on the 25th. And when it resumes its movement to the north, right? In some regions, the calendar originally began in the constellation of Virgo. You may have heard Malik say that earlier. And the sun would therefore be born of a virgin. The sun is the light of the world, right? The sun comes upon.
That's the Virgin Mary. That's what it means.
What you say, Malik?
Virgo, the Virgin Mary.
Yes, sir.
Synonymous, one and the same.
Yeah. And
parables of symbology, and people take it literally.
Yeah. And every eye shall see it. The sun that rises the morning is the savior of humanity. The sun wears a crown of thorns, or a halo per se. The sun transforms water into wine by ripening the grapes on the vine and by fermenting grape juice. The sun walks on water. Watch this. The disciples, assistants, or disciples of the sun are what? The 12 months and the 12 signs of the zodiac. zodiac or constellations through which the sun must pass. In your biblical scripture, they look up Mazzaroth and see what Mazzaroth mean in your Bible. The sun at noon is in the house or the temple of the Most High. Thus he begins his father's work at the age of. Yes, sir.
If you look at the Last Supper picture, doesn't it have like a sun around Yahshua or Jesus? It got the sun around him, and then you got 6 on this side, 6 on that side. People don't even be paying attention to it.
Yep. Every constellation has
6
3 deacons
on one side. Right.
Yep. Yep. Yes, sir, Malik. I tell the Bible is written in analogy, parable, symbology, metaphors. I'm sorry. It's the truth. This is the truth. The close companions of Yahshua we the ones of the way. Every God, man, every adapt, every scholar, professor I know was like, well, you teach the SO and the XO. You have to get your own charter, son. I'm telling you. That's why we rock how we rock. Yep. And the son, and the Son of God begins his ministry at the so-called age of 30. The Son is hanging on a so-called cross or crucified, which represents its passage through the equinoxes. The spring equinox began Easter, the date on which he was then what? So-called resurrected, right? Does the Bible mean basic instruction for leaving the earth? See, the Holy Bible comes from
divide things into quarters.
Yes. I mean, it's a Greek word, helios, biblios, which means book of the sun. We know this. So it's no disrespect. The language of the Bible has led a lot to believe that Jesus, Yahshua, is the Son of God, while in truth, it refers to the Son. Jesus is the Son, or Heru, or Heros, in this context. It's no disrespect. And then when people talk about, well, what Christian writer, you can research these Christian writers. Thomas Paine, the Christian religion is a parody of the worship of the Son, in which they place a man they call Christ in place of the Son. And they gave him the same adoration that was originally paid to the Son. This is Thomas Paine, Anglo-American revolutionary and writer. Just go on and say Anglo-Saxon. Let's go on in and say, with all due respect, W-H-Y-T-E. That's how they spell it in the Anglo-Saxon dictionary. No disrespect to no one. 1737 and 1809. These is facts. You can't be mad at me. When I tell y'all research Godfrey Higgins, all European first century history scholars speak just like me. I'm not here to hurt no one. Watch this. We almost done. The event, the conception, Horus by virgin, Yahshua of Nazareth, also known as Jesus, right? That's what they call it, right? Jesus, son of Yahweh, right? In the form of the Holy Spirit, mother, Horus, Heru. 9, Yahshua of Nazarene, also known as Jesus, Miriam, alias Mary, adopted father, Horus, Seb, Joseph. 9, Yahshua of Nazareth, also known as Jesus, Joseph. Ascendancy of the nurturing father, Horus, of royal descent. Yahshua of Nazareth, alias Jesus, of royal descent. Place of birth, Horus, in a cave. Yahshua of Nazareth, also known as Jesus, in a cave or a stable. Annunciation, Horus by an angel to Isis, his mother. Yahshua of Nazareth, also known as Jesus, by an angel to Miriam, his mother. 8, birth announced by Horus, the star Cyrus, the morning star. Yahshua of Nazareth, alias Jesus, an unidentified star in the east. Date of birth, right? What they say, they don't know. Horus, the Egyptian of antiquity, paraded a nativity scene as a child representing Horus in the street at the time of the winter solstice, usually what, December 21st. Yahshua of Nazareth, also known as Jesus, celebrated on December 25th. The date was chosen to coincide with the birth of Mithras, Dionysus, and Sol Invictus, invincible son, etc. and so on. Birth announcement, Horus by angels. I'm telling you, I can go on and on and on with all these so-called birth. Yahshua of Nazareth, also known as Jesus by the angels. Death threat during early childhood. Horus, Heruth, attempted to have Horus assassinated. Same story, see? Yahshua of Nazareth, also known as Jesus. Heru tried to have Jesus assassinated. Baptized by who? Horus, Anubis, the Baptist. Come on. Yahshua of Nazareth, also known as Jesus, John the Baptist, close disciple. Horus, 12 disciples. Yahshua of Nazareth, alias Jesus, 12 disciples. Method of death, Horus, the 12 disciples. I can go on and on and on. So I want us to have some peace, have some understanding. Let's get out of this hate. Let's get out of this prejudice amongst each other. Because the Bible and the Quran, we can superimpose the Bible and the Quran, brothers and sisters.
This stuff is refreshing.
You say what, Noble?
I said, this is refreshing.
Yes. Yes. This is no force. This is no malice. Everything that we talk about, like my Fidel, like everything can be researched. And when people really like my Noble Malik said, you really have to follow the right things, because it's so much stuff out here on social media that can get us caught up and have us looking at each other like, well, we're not the MOORs, we the MUURs. I'm like, oh, semantics. And then you got people
We
not
all
really
of that, all of that, all of it.
Yes. And you have people not really understanding what Malik said when he said white by law. And people, that's why I said people really don't know how to read. And you got to have an aptitude. Like you just can't, like, this is real work. Because if freedom if our freedom is connected to law, then we can't use the phrase and the words as Negro, Black, and color and African American to describe us in law, because that has no standing in law. So if Black has no standing, we didn't get here
overnight too, Sheik. We didn't get here overnight, so we're not gonna come out of it overnight. So we have to understand that it's not a microwave activity. You gotta go cook the food. You gotta go get the food. You gotta pull it. You gotta pull it out the ground, pull it out the earth. You gotta plant it, water, all of that stuff. Let it cultivate. Then you pick it, right? Then you prepare it, right? You gotta go through that whole process when it comes to this stuff. So you gotta start from ground zero and learn something before you start running out there telling everybody what you didn't heard or what you saw on TikTok. They're just giving you bits and pieces throughout TikTok. Even right now, we're talking about bits and pieces. We ain't talking about the whole ensemble. These are bits and pieces of the whole ensemble. So you got to come and learn from the roots.
Yes.
That's what the tree of life is. As above, so below. You got to be grounded first.
Yes. You don't build on rebel. You don't build on rebel. That's why Malik said you got to get a flush and fill, reboot your hard drive. When you wear your fez and turban, it's honorable. It's not to be trying to make no point or this, not, and the other. We wear our fez, it's nobility. That's why I say we don't get no problem. I live in a red state. I'm in Flint, Michigan, in my home state, but I live in Arizona. We don't, like, wearing our fez is an honor. It's nobility. And so this is what we saying, man, this stuff takes the right timing. And anything that's good, it has to be prepared. And so the body, the mind has to be prepared. I bet you my Noble Malik would agree with this. You don't play basketball to get in shape. You get in shape to play basketball. I bet you agree with that, don't you, Malik?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So it's some things when I say that we all can agree on, that's universal. And this is what we teach here. What principles? I bet you a person say they believe in sustainability. What you mean? Fire, earth, air, river. I bet you everyone to say they agree with that. That's sustainability. I bet you if Malik taught people how water, how vibrations in water and crystals, if you speak positive to it, it make beautiful shapes. And if you speak negative to it, it make negative and broken shapes. I bet you no matter what religion you are, I bet you a person will agree to that.
Islam.
You see?
They learn that in school, if they remember.
Islam also, we got to know that it's okay to learn something early, that we learn late. Because you don't have to take a lot of energy into what Malik said. It does take time, but you have brothers or sisters. All we are is living proof of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You just need to pay attention. You need to follow wise counsel. Because let me tell you something. It's two ways to learn something. You either go through it yourself or you pay attention to the example that was said. So basically, it's what you're going to do. You're going to touch the stove and burn your finger up, or you're going to pay attention to the person who touched it before you and see and learn from what happened. But that I say Islam.
And Noble, y'all, like we a brotherhood. And I gotta say this, as long as we've been rocking together, Alonzo and my muftis, and I'm gonna keep pouring my heart out. It's people that have been following me on TikTok and YouTube for years. And they ain't reached out, they ain't said nothing. And I'll be like, what's up? It's empresses out here that have been following me for years on TikTok. And I speak to them, they don't even say what's up. I'm like, what? How can we build a community? You know, like, are we coming here just like, it's okay to learn, but and then when you go off your own, you won't share who you learning with and bring other Moors and bring other people with you. That's why this teaching is like similar to a biblical story. When the father gave all the brothers a gift, but that's one of Malik's good stories. When it says, one of the brothers did something with it, and started something. One brother just gave it back. One brother jacked it all off. But what I'm saying is, we don't take nothing good and bury it in the ground.
Think about it. Steve. Think about the psychosis. Even biblically, you're talking about it, right? Because if everybody was righteous, they would have fought against the Roman Empire before they crucified Jesus, right? In essence, right? So just think about how many people are the ones that stand by and watch, because all them people he was teaching stood by and watched. They stood by and watched.
Oh my
God! No one in there was righteous. They stood by and watched. So just think about the psychosis about how many people is standing by and watching. Instead of saying, no, that's not right. Stand up. Stand up and arise. That's what that song means. Stand up and arise. So we got to stand up and arise. Like, stop watching. Stop being a spectator, like you be saying. Stand up and arise, man. There's just too much of the watching. You watch a good person that ain't never did nothing to nobody. In essence of what the Bible talking about, right? You watch this man go get hugged, and he ain't murdered, killed nobody. All he was teaching the doctrine for yourself, for you to have power from within, and knowing you could do the same things that he did.
Islam, no. You know what that's like? No, you'll relate to this. You know what that's like, no, Malik? That's like cheerleaders. You on the sidelines of life. You travel with the team. You steady watching. You never get in the game, though. You cheerleading everybody else, and you also putting on a good show. But that's it. We ask you to get in the game. Get in the game.
It's crazy, though. I mean, the psychosis is real. Even with jobs, right? You got unions, right? And some people know what the law is, but they be afraid to apply their rights. They be afraid. I'd be like, why? You can do this. Who told you can't? The psychosis is real. That's all I'm saying.
Man, you said something so powerful. You said people now. You said they are watching. So when you watching, you participating. They ain't saying and all you got to, like, Malik. With all due respect, the only reason why I be feeling like this, because I'm a person too. It's people been following me on from YouTube to TikTok for years, and they got L's and bays, and I'm like, what are we? What? Like, come on, people. That mean I've been courting you for years. That mean I've been courting you for years. I gotta be saying something right. With all due respect,
I need people that's gonna have my back. That's all I'm saying. And have the back of this is gonna stand on business, straight up, stand on righteousness. If you ain't gonna stand on righteousness, don't come here. Straight up. That's what I mean by that. If you ain't gonna stand on righteousness and take, if you was there and take Jesus off the cross and be like, nah, that ain't right. In essence of what I'm saying, then say it right. Because you say you love Jesus, right? But are you going to protect what he is? Because you ain't never met him, but are you going to protect somebody who stands for that? And the answer is no, because ain't nobody did it yet. Y'all all stand and watch him get hung. And oh, this is sad. Yeah, but you ain't gonna sit there and do that. You ain't gonna do nothing about it. There's more people than there were Roman soldiers, and you're telling me that people won't fight? Like, come on, man, it makes no sense. And it's the same thing as westernized slavery, right? They'll tell you there was 100 slaves in the field with only 5 people with guns. I'm telling you right now, if I had 100 homies and there was 5 people with guns, we can fight and we're gonna take them over. Period. It don't make no sense. It don't even make number sense. So think about that, people. Think about it.
Islam, Malik. That's what I be saying. It's like we have all these people in here. We have all these Moors, and it's just like if we campaigning. It's like say if Malik running for a position, and everybody like, man, what you teaching is right in a community, and what Malik is saying right for the people. And then when it's time for the people to vote, Malik get no votes. You see what I'm saying? Like the psychosis of that.
That's
So say
exactly right.
it's time to vote like Malik. All these people following you and say, "Oh, yep, you good." They'll vote for you, and you telling them, and you debating, telling them how good what you would do for the community, not talking about nobody else, but showing what can be done for the community. And when it's time to come, the results come. None of the people that's been here following you forever, patting you on the back, none of them vote, and none of them support you. And I'm not talking about nobody on here because y'all my brothers. Y'all was the same, just like everybody else. How I met y'all. I didn't grow up with y'all. This is what I be telling my people. I said, I didn't grow up with none of my muftis. I met all my muftis like everybody on here. That's how I know some of the people that's been following me for years. I'm not going to say no names, but if I wanted to, if my mufti say names, I say the name. For they can know, but I tell them in private, and she know that she been following me for over 5 years. And they have a whole bunch of more on their page. This is what I'll be saying is like, what are we doing? That's all I'm saying. What, like, if I was running for a real office or something to teach people and people to vote, they'd be like, oh, I don't know him. And then people would be like, well, yes, you do. You've been following this man for 5 years. You would be proved a liar in 1.2 seconds. They'd be like, you've been following this man for 5 years, been on every time he live. And that's what Malik's saying, the psychosis of us. Like, what are we doing? We could already have our temple in school the same way other people. Everybody get a tax exempt receipt. We already have our library. We can already be on our 10th home that we building off donations and moving single mind.
So dangerous. It's so dangerous. The inactivity of our people.
Yes.
That's the dangerous part.
Yes, Malik, I'm glad that's what I'm talking about. Because see, it's bigger than this religious stuff. Like, this is the big picture. You said it, the inactivity, you said it. It happened just like in Dalton with Tiffany Henner, when everybody was complaining, when they looked at the numbers and was like, y'all ain't even vote. And then I say, you audit everything. Yes, absolutely. That is the point, Malik. Yes, you look at an area where it's predominantly 60% of NBCs and ain't nothing happening. Yes. And it's the same way with
playing all day.
Yes, playing. Thank you. And that's what I'll be saying. People on here with more L's than B's, especially our women, they playing. I see why you single. And I ain't talking about nobody on here. I just say I see why the atrocities going on. Because I see what we attract. I see what we spend our money on. People have been following me for years. They know I'm valid. Why? And y'all see my brothers. We're supposed to be doing what the prophet did and better. Why? Because we can. Or what's the purpose of just following me for years?
More people now. Because of the technology, we could touch more people. But people don't. People just sit back and watch, and be spectators like they're watching you get hung. I'm back to that point.
And that's the sad part.
You say you love Jesus. Well, you ain't really looking at his teachings, then.
We need more players, less cheerleaders.
Come on, man. We don't need any more what they call them. Lottery people that we need you to be a Patreon,
spectate, participate.
That's all we asking. And
a little part done by everybody, just a little part. It ain't got to be huge. Everybody part ain't got to be huge because the hand do what the hand do. The fingers is part of the hand, but the fingers do only. The pointer finger is different than the middle finger, right? And the pinky and then the thumb, right? The palm of the hand can only do what the palm could do. The wrist can only do what the wrist can do. The forearm can only do what the forearm can do because it only got those muscles attached in that forearm area. So it's a lot of moving parts, but we have to work together.
Yep, and we can. This is a blueprint. Like Malik said, the inactivity of us is the sad part because everybody can play their part. And I'm transparent. I mean, people can help. People fly out of town to go see Usher on skates. Grown people to go see Usher and Chris Brown for spending $3,000 and then mad.
You already got their music and got their music.
And and we complain about we don't own nothing, we don't build nothing. And I show everybody here is we in the city of Flint. Nothing fake about me. It just take time and it take people to come together. I show people how we can buy houses. I ain't one of them people. I'm like, listen, we under a certain tax bracket. How? That's how the churches own things. Everybody get a tax exempt receipt. That's how we build our religious community with our temple and school in the middle. That's how we own things. That's the great migration, where people can move to a certain area and be under their religious laws. I'm telling y'all, man, the neighborhoods is being gentrified.
Yeah.
I keep trying to tell people the blueprint. They don't understand it. Look up the city of Flint, what it used to look back in the day, and I'm telling you what it's going to be now. It was thriving. Europeans moving back in the neighborhoods, they coming in, they buying these houses. It's 5 or 6 of them staying in one. They fixing it up, going to the next one, fixing it up, going to the next one. Why? Because we don't want them. Because we move out to the suburbs, and then we done the ones done tore them up, and so they coming back in the neighborhood while we moving out. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know.
The trinkets. They used the trinkets, right? The new stuff. Really? Instead of building up with what you had.
Right now, I know somebody right now bought a whole outfit for $2,500 today. Right now, somebody on a whole outfit for $2,500. I almost spit my beet juice in their face. Excuse my candor. Almost threw up. I'm just keeping it 100. Y'all told me, I'm gonna keep it real. I said, what? I said, bro, serious? I was like, wow. I just said, wow. And they be talking about what we need to do, this, that, and the other. And I said, well, you'll spend $2,500 on this and talk about you want to get a house in the hood. You bet that's half one right there on the outfit.
Man, hello, somebody.
Like, are you out of your rockers? And then a group of brothers after we close, man, listen, well, we're not closing but time. Oh, we on good time. I have to be transparent to show y'all what we do at the BBT. Family. We are a real organization with a small group of brothers and sisters, and no matter what city it was in, if it was more feasible in my Noble Malik area, and he say, man, out here in Sacramento, they got all these abandoned houses in the neighborhood, man. We can get a house for about $4,000, $5,000, fix that mug all up. It'll take us some time. We do the work, fix it up. We have it for our temple house, or if somebody want to buy it from us after we fix it up, so be it. Or if we fix it all up and sell it for a flip, so be it. But do we have to sell it? No, because we got 10 acres. We put more money in that and got 10 acres. These is assets. So we'll be having these assets to how anybody need to go to an area, we have a home. Because my parents have a home here. I got land here. So this is how we own things. And if we adopt a neighborhood in the area what I can show y'all where I grew up in, it can be a religious community. How? And how it can be built? Off the money we giving to Uncle Sam. Then we can have our own council, our own women's shelters, our own, when our brothers and sisters come home from prison and lock up, where they gonna go? We don't have
but we gotta teach men how to be men so we don't have a whole bunch of single women anymore. Yeah. That's the other part. You know what I mean? Yeah. We gotta stop promulgating just taking care of the women. We gotta build up the men so that they can be good husband men. You feel me?
Yes. And that's part of our counseling. That's part of our study. That's part of our mentoring. Because like Malik said, these are all attributes a young man has. Because a man finds a wife. The wife don't find a man. We choose. So we have to understand how to choose those characteristics that we're looking for. And just a big, and a smile is not enough. We
train men to be men, right? And husband men. Those women have to be trained up to be wives.
Islam. And so that's what I want to share with y'all, man, as we cast our net out with everyone here today in our Adapt class. We want to talk about some real things and just give a little esotericness of science. But we, at the BBT, we teach the EXO and the SO. We teach history. We teach all type of law. And we do have private classes. And we just will hope brothers and sisters, especially that have been following my muftis, especially been following me for years, and you know who you are, to at least say something, to at least come to class and share it with the rest of the Moors on your page, to at least give a small donation to the teachings if you like the teachings. If you don't, at least still come. But if you do like the teachings, if you went, and I'll just say, if you was part of a church and you went and bought one of them Steve Harvey suits, and some of them gators, and then the lady go buy one of them big old Sister Griggs church hats, you would give a donation. You would put all your kids in one of them the suits would be too big, the shoes would be too big, they face to be shiny with a Vaseline, and you would give them all $5, and that'd be $25. And hell, that's all I ask.
Hey, Sheik, you outdated. Don't nobody wear big Harvey suits no more. You outdated, Sheik.
I was being funny, Malik.
Yeah.
They got them Steve Harvey suits.
Somebody wearing Steve Harvey suits, they're going to get clowned on. But they are wearing baggy clothes again.
Well, I like my stuff, to fit a little looser, man. I don't like all that tight stuff, man. I like my, style is style. Style is
Yeah.
style. But but once again, man, we thank all of y'all for real. And at the BBT, we like to joke around and we are serious. And I know, I'm serious as well. But I love everything about the science. I love everything about you. I love children. And like Noble Malik said, even though I'm Sheik Goodman Bay, but my muftis are my counselor. I call them when I'm in distress. People don't think I'm being distressed. I be in distress. I got a lot on my plate right now. My muftis know a lot of my muftis got a lot on their plate, but we each other's heaven, and that's what I tell people. That's the real brotherhood. That's what make things count. This type of brotherhood, which we didn't have. It was illegal for us to be like this. It was illegal for us to talk. It was illegal for to have a map and a guide. They are trying to take me away and pay me. And I'm telling you, I'm here, anointed and consecrated. We can build something. And I'm just asking my brothers and sisters, when y'all come to class, donate something. And then send me your email because I'm gonna give you something. Why? Because I can. Especially if you're a person that read and study, I have it. I have it. And I'll give gifts. I'm just in my city of Flint. I'm getting a lot of stuff shipped to me. And then I'm gonna be shipping stuff to people, man. I shipped my mufti his tunics. Sorry it took me that long, Noble Alonzo. But I got more stuff coming from all the rest of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Malik, your feds will be there real soon. I got Noble Abe, one of my brothers that follow me on YouTube. I can't wait till brother start joining us on StreamYard with the group privately. But your feds coming here, then I'll ship it to you. I hope it fit. But we got everything. We got everything for the culture, man. Tunics, kufis. We just hope brothers and sisters get used to at least supporting something with a small portion of your finances. That's all. With just a small portion. I hope people don't be feeling like, well, why do people ask for donations? Because you give to all these other programs and you don't know what's going on. At least you'll know transparency with me. Because I said we get 300 people donating $100 a month. That's $360,000 in 1 year.
Right.
And that ain't a lot to some people. Just think of that. Just think if you can get people to donate 10%, which is not a lot for people that have their finance together. I don't ask nobody for 10% because I'm a finance major. I have an undergrad in business management with a minor in marketing and sales and nonprofit business startup. So I know what a righteous person with a mission from the creator, with a group of people doing a thing consistently, dependable, and understand on the same mission, I know what we can do. You know how? Because I just explained it. And in the city of Flint, where the things is waiting for us to own, I know what we can do. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time to everybody on here that follow me on TikTok get used to donate like they donate to other people that said they were going to do this and whatever happened, which I don't know. But we got to trust something. It's just like I wouldn't have an empress, you wouldn't have an empress or been in love before if we would have said, well, nope, I'm going to give up on love because this
Yeah.
may have happened once. No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. We don't go into things wishing things don't work. What we're supposed to do is before we go into these things, we should look for signs. We should question things and court things the same way people have been courting me for over 5 years.
Yeah, but we don't want to keep going on to that. We over an hour already, Sheik.
Let's get out of here. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
ready. I'm ready. Yep. All right. I'll see y'all, man. I'm about to get out of here, man.
Peace and love to everybody. You know what I
Give us
mean?
our prayer.
Gratitude, tapping in.
Can you give
Allah,
us our prayer?
Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, Amen, Ashe, Shalom, Adakim, Arash, Islamism, peace, 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 peace.
Is Zoe on here still?
Islam,
Uh-huh.
Can
Islam,
you
peace
give us
and
our
love.
benediction over?
Our talisman benediction reads as follows: May the benediction of Allah be upon thee and thine always, as thou shouldst strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thine acts of love upon thy brethren, and do the best to shun thine evil ones. Remember to take suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that you might nourish the souls of men. Let truth be the shield and the manifest battles of falsehood. Know that Moors need not to pick the locks of the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal theft. For behold, the key to salvation already rests within thine own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, and inconsistency, there still is the greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah protect thee, guide thee, preserve thee, lengthen thy age, and give thee everlasting peace. Al-Rahman, Al-Rahim, Al-Haq, Yamuhamim. And at the BBT, when we say Al-Haq, that's Arabic and it stands for the truth. And when we say Yamuhamim, that's Arabic as well, and it stands for the protector. We at the BBT see ourselves as truth protectors. And we cast that net out to all true and divine light seekers to come and join on to us. For the truth is one. The truth has no sides. For the truth is one, as man is with Allah. And with that, we say peace and love. Islam,
Islam.
Ah,
Islam, peace, peace,
Peace.
peace, 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 peace,
peace.
peace, 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 peace.
Peace.
One love,
Now
family.
we are outro.
One
One
love.
love.
One love.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday theme. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave is how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram or beef.